E-Block Radio presents Beyond the Bleachers. And for your starting lineup, coming in at wingman number 1, it's J. Lou. At wingman number 2, we got my man Hugh. And now, at point guard, driving to the lane and making the dish, it's the hostess with the mostest, Monique.
Hey, everybody.
What's up?
Welcome to Beyond the Bleachers on E-Block Radio. I'm your host, Mo, Nick, with James and Hugh. We got a good show for y'all today. So, of course, we all know NCAA is going on. We're about to end shortly. Michigan, unfortunately, will not be taking that trophy home. But we'll be talking about the Final Four.
Why
and we will also be man, we gonna wait, guys. I know I'm heated too, but we're gonna talk about players crying after they lost. Are they being too emotional or not? Then we're gonna talk about what's going on in the NBA, like the MVP race, what's going on with that, and any other NBA news that's popping. Then we're gonna talk about the NFL, this is crazy, creating a video to show how to celebrate a touchdown. That's just a waste of money. They got other things they could be worrying about. Then we're going to talk about the Kaepernick saga, which continues and just getting ridiculous. And, of course, we have our foot in the mouth with our favorite, Mr. LeVar Ball. And he might have somebody join him, Miss Sarah Palin, but we'll see about that. And then we're going to talk about celebrities getting hacked, all their nudie pictures and all their little texts and stuff and all this stuff getting out to the world. And what our thoughts are on that. So, fellas, how was the weekend? Happy Monday.
Yeah. I had another rough one.
Am I by myself? Hello?
Rough weekend.
Yeah. Definitely not by yourself. I just wasn't feeling the weekend. And not at all.
I
had to work, of course. I had to work.
Oh, yeah, to work.
Yeah.
Hey, working weekend. Yeah, man. My weekend was cool. Man. I stepped out, went to go see it. Yeah, man. I had some sushi. Me and the daughter went out and I had sushi, man. She had to be my backup date for Saturday. I was supposed to have a date night with the missus, but she had a bad toothache, man. She was bedridden the weekend, so me and the daughter went out and had some sushi and went to go see a movie. We went to go see Life. That was pretty good movie. And I'm not
Life.
Life. Not Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. That ain't the only one.
That's what I was thinking. I seen that before, brother.
White people, boy, I swear to God.
Like, did they find the daddy? Nobody was. I'm so. Did they find out? Anyway, go ahead. What is Life?
Yeah, but it was a sci-fi movie about when the astronaut team, they went out to space and they found a life form. And yeah.
The one with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, man. It was good. I wasn't really expecting that from it, but this type of movie, because I'm not a sci-fi fan at all. I don't like sci-fi at all. So when I was watching it, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, all right, I opened my mind because my daughter is a sci-fi nut now for some reason. Over the past year or so, she just became a sci-fi person. But once, I started watching it, man, and it just started getting super interesting. And it was a good movie. It's a good watch. very good watch. But yeah, I had a decent weekend. Decent weekend, man.
Where did you get the sushi from? Is it good?
I went to the place over there on it's in Dearborn over on Mercury Drive. It's by where
Sushi Coast, Sushi X Sushi.
Yeah.
That's my spot, man. You ever had the Las Vegas?
They got some good food over there. Yeah, oh yeah.
Man, I love the Las Vegas roll. Deep fried sushi, the best sushi. Like, anybody listening, if you don't eat sushi, try a deep fried roll. Like, they take the whole roll and fry it. And it changes the taste from it. Like, I don't like California rolls, but if you fried it, I eat it. So, I'm saying, everybody out there, try a Las Vegas or a deep fried roll. They do it at Benihana, like they charge $1 or something extra if you want them to fry your roll. Anyway. So,
I don't understand why people don't like sushi, though. Sushi's good, man.
I mean, like, it don't look all that appealing sometimes, some of it.
When people think sushi, they think just raw fish, period.
Yeah, they
don't think rolls. Yeah.
I got suckered in the song. All the tape. I got suckered in the song. And I was like, damn, that was good. Throw me another one. And then she was like, you know what you ate? And I was like, nah. She was like, sushi. I was like, I don't give a shit. Whatever that sauce is, you put that sauce back on it, and let's go.
All right. Now you going to make me, I'm going to have to go get me some sushi.
Didn't take me long to like it at all.
I mean, it's all depending on what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. True. True. Yeah, I agree with that. But, it does depend on what you get. Yeah.
So let's talk about these celebrities real quick. Now, me personally, I don't care. Like, hack them, don't hack them, whatever. What y'all think? James, what you think about these celebrities getting hacked?
Here's the thing. I'm actually with you on this, Monique, but I have an issue from a different standpoint. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter to me when the celebrities and stuff get hacked because it's entertainment for me. You know what I'm saying? We always want to see celebrities, you know what I'm saying, outside of, you know, the movie aspect or singing aspect or whatever they do. You know, however they entertain us, we want to see them outside of that. Here's my issue. I think it was last year or the year before last, where they had that big old, like huge hacking thing where Gabrielle Union got exposed and Jennifer Lawrence and, you know, the list goes on. And I'm just like, damn, you know, I'm like, well, that could be, you know, from anywhere. Anybody could just that did that, you know, having fun or whatever. So they do it again over a year later, and it's with iPhones. Like the iCloud thing. You know, the whole iCloud thing, they go, I guess they're hacking the iCloud. They're not hacking people's actual phones. They're hacking the iCloud thing. So I'm thinking, why the hell is the iCloud just out there for everybody to just go hack like that? Like and you hear people rave about these iPhones and this, that, and the other, but do people really have privacy? And that's my gripe about this whole thing, because people should be entitled to privacy. Whatever they do with their phones, it should be their business. So for stuff to get hacked that easily like that, and especially after it happened one time like that with the celebrities and stuff, now it happens again. That can mess people's careers up. You know, you and I were talking about it earlier this week, Hugh. about the young wrestler. She's only 23, 24 years old. Paige. You know,
Paige.
I was a fan of hers before the video came out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm even more of a fan of Paige now. But
too funny.
But that can mess her career up because she has young girls though that are fans of hers and exactly and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, she's a consenting adult and stuff like that, and that should be her business. But to let that stuff leak like that, and I think Apple should be responsible for that shit. Like, I really do. I really do. I really do, Monique. All right, that's pretty much my take on it.
Oh, okay. Hugh?
Yeah, you know, we, like you said, I definitely agree 110% because of the fact is, like, we like to see them outside of their comfort zone sometimes, but then at the same time, though, it's really a shame to see a huge company like Apple let that happen, you know, for the celebrities are constantly getting hacked, you know. I definitely ain't lose no sleep over the Page hacking. You know, me and Jay laughed and joked about that. And, you know, but at the same time, they're role model to children, and they'll be devastated to see their role model outside of their comfort zone because I definitely don't think she was comfortable with that. You know, she probably wouldn't care as far as the adult aspect of it, but as far as the kids, you know, as babies watch, you know, WWE television now, they took it from like the TV-14 and borderline rated R aspect to make it more of PG, not even 13, but PG for the kids. And that's sad for any celebrity who can get hacked, not just Paige, but anyone who was involved in anything like that. And Apple needs to step their game up, man, because to get exposed like that and be put out there is the travesty. Because I've never thought that that'll happen, but it's happening so often now, as James said, and it needs to get put to an end, you know. They need to be held responsible. You know, I don't know how you can punish Apple, but if you stop buying the product or whatever you do, but they have to be held accountable for that because too much of that leaking is going out. Like I said, I won't lose no sleep over it. But I'm not no celebrity, but for the people who are out there who are celebrities, it's a damn shame for them to let that go out there like that.
Yeah, man. That's
okay, so I have a question. Now, because hacking is so, I mean, we can get hacked, and we nobody. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you are high profile, do you think that you should take steps? Like, so if you do get hacked, this is not what's going to happen. Like, if you go take, like, you know, little nudies, you know, do it on a camera or something that somebody can hack into. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they making it too easy?
Kind of.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you want to take this, Hugh?
Oh.
You can go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, Jay, you cool, man. You cool.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that, yeah, they can take measures like that. They can stop, or they can probably delete. I heard even after they delete certain stuff, you can still grab it from the iCloud. Like once you put it up in the iCloud or whatever, it's in there. So you could take it off the hard drive or the you know, the data off your phone, but it's still in the cloud. That's what I heard. I remember hearing. But I know, like with Androids and stuff like that, you got like SD cards. So I mean, I'm not sure exactly. I mean, don't quote me on it on how it exactly works, but I know from experience using SD cards and stuff like that, you can. Anything you download to the SD card is on that actual, you know what I'm saying, device. I mean, we see like spy movies and stuff like that where they download stuff from a computer and it's on like a little hard drive or a chip or whatever it's on, and it's on that. It's on nothing else. That's the saving device that it's on. But I heard when you do stuff through iPhone and stuff like that, which have that internal hard drive and stuff, and that internal saving device, it's out there. So I don't know what kind of measures can they really take, because when you buy a phone with your money, that's your property. So you should be able to do what you want to do with it. You can take measures, but why can't I take, nudes or, anything like that, or personal pictures, or, it could be pictures of your kids or whatever that people could just steal. We see it on Facebook all the time. People steal pictures and that type of stuff or whatever. It's nothing to prevent that. They haven't prevented anything like that on Facebook, so, I don't know, man. I think Apple should be held responsible for, or at least, if not held responsible, something brought to their attention where they know, hey, we need to do something to protect people's privacy, even just a little bit. Just to have them feel safe a little bit, because they getting hacked like crazy. It's crazy. And what's going to happen a year from now or 2 years later? Something else might happen. A Disney star might, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is an issue. And like, people just sweeping it under the rug. This is an issue.
Well, I think that, me personally, everybody, okay, maybe because we in Detroit and we had the whole Kwame thing, where if you got stuff in your phone that you don't want out, delete it. Take it, delete it. Oh, but I guess what you're saying is like the iPhone, it goes straight to the cloud. Because I know my phone, I have to send my pictures there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can pick and choose what pictures I send.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think there's a certain level that people will always be trying to come at you. And they always be trying to find out something about you that you're not telling the world. I don't know. Like, in the comedy special where they said that Professor Ogilvy was in the back room with the guy. And I looked over and saw Professor Ogilvy. It's like, it's something good. If you know what I'm saying? Like, you should, I think, because they're celebrities, I don't think it's right. Let them have their privacy. But because of who they are, unfortunately, in society, we know them. We want to know.
But they still have a right to privacy, though. Like, the same thing.
I know. I said they do, but you should still take precaution.
Yeah.
Because of who you are, and you know you are more likely to. But you can get an Android.
What precautions? with an iPhone? Oh, you said get an Android.
Get an Android.
But people don't prefer Androids all the time. They prefer the iPhone. So my thing is, me neither, but they should be protected either way. Whether you got an Android or an iPhone, you should have protection either way. You look at stuff even with the Hulk Hogan thing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody want to see Hulk Hogan do his thing. I know I damn sure didn't want to see Hulk Hogan do his thing.
The Hulk.
But he was calling people the N-word and everything. But to me, that's his personal business. That's his personal business. And somebody's videotape and stuff like that, to me, that's just an invasion of privacy. And people deserve their privacy. We can't just walk in, us men or women, can't just walk in on the person in the bathroom and just bust the door open and watch them change or use the restroom or anything like that. That's almost like how this feels. It's just, okay, it's a public restroom, so I'm going to just walk in here and bust the door open. No. Like, just because it's in the cloud don't mean, you know what I'm saying, it should be available for everybody. So I feel like they need to do so. First of all, they need to find the person who did this crap, because it's crazy that it's somebody out here who's leaking pictures and stuff like this or whatever, but Apple needs to look at this as a serious issue, because obviously they didn't look at it as a serious issue 2 years ago when all this other stuff came up. So, we don't know. It might get worse 2 years from now again. You know what I'm saying? If it happens again. So they need to do something. How I feel.
I think they'll be. All right. Well, that's enough of the news celebs. Let's talk about this Final Four.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get to the purpose of the show. Sports. So, last week we made a prediction on 2 games, and of course we lost that Michigan prediction. But Gonzaga won, and they are in the Final Four. I've never heard of this school, and I'm taking them to win.
You know what's sad about Gonzaga? They always go to the Elite Eight, no further than that. They Elite Eight and out, damn near all the time until this year.
Well, won't he do it? So, Hugh, what you think of this Final Four?
You know, I'm loving it right now. I still got my fingers crossed. You know, I didn't get a chance to talk to Jay, but I knew Jay wasn't too happy. And at the same time, I know why he wasn't happy. I loved the UNC, and I told you that was one of the teams that I wanted to go. At first, they were calling everything, and I said this is going to be a good coach game, and, you know, it's going to be like, you know, mastermind against mastermind, you know. And I felt like it was 2 good, experienced coaches in this situation. But the problem happened in the second half. I literally seen when a guy shot the 3-pointer, 2 guys tripped on him, and that's supposed to have been a 3-and-1. But they gave him the 3. I was like, okay. I didn't see them give him the and-1. That's what I had a problem with. They were kind of loose on the calls at the end of the game. Kind of seemed like it was a little set up. But was really surprised at the ending. It was a really good game. Definitely Kentucky shouldn't have their head down. I think they still should have won if they called the right call, but it was a really good game, and I was really excited to see that because it was a close game like that before, and the Tar Heels got heartbroken by Kentucky. So, yeah, you know, but still it didn't make it right for, you know, them not to call the calls they supposed to call, but it was a really good series, man. Elite Eight was really great. You know, some teams surprised me more than others, like that Oregon beating Kansas. But I was really surprised. It was some good basketball, though, the whole series. Didn't think they were going to get blown out like that. That's why I'm not too upset with the Michigan game, with the one we lost. I felt like, why the hell would you shoot the 3 when there was like 3.0 seconds left? And you could have passed the ball and just scored and won right there under your rim. You want to shoot a damn 3. And that 3 bounced off the rim, and I was like, damn. The whole time felt once the dude got the ball in his hand, the tie went out just about. So I just really felt like that was a poor decision. Even though they was making it rain from 3-point land, just felt like at that time they should have went for the 2 instead of going for a 3-pointer. But other than that, I still was proud of Michigan and wasn't really losing no sleep because at the end of the day, when you look at it, they lost to a team who beat the number 1 overall seed.
No, I think they was number 2. Villanova was the number 1 overall.
Oh, they were? Oh, so Kansas was the same. But Kansas looked like the number 1, man. Many people's ass, they was beat teams about 20-30. Villanova was really disappointed then. Damn, they got put up so early. And I called the number in UNC. So, yeah, I was embarrassed about that. Jesus. That makes it even worse, James. Thanks a lot, man.
What you think about
it? Well, when it comes to the Final Four, this is just looking at the Final Four teams left. South Carolina, Oregon, UNC, and Gonzaga. This is one of the most what the hell Final Four I've ever seen. Like, you would usually see at least 2 brand names. And what I mean by brand names, my college basketball people will understand what I mean by brand names. So Kentucky, North Carolina is where they, you know what I'm saying, they're a brand name. A Louisville, a Duke, you know, teams like that. Or at least a Big Ten team in there, here and there, or whatever. South Carolina? Nah, not really. You know what I'm saying? Oregon? Nah. You want to think they don't come out of the Pac-10. UCLA, yeah, UCLA come out the Pac-12. I'm not bad. UCLA, yeah. USC are probably, okay. People wouldn't cringe too much. Oregon, no. Gonzaga,
not at all.
Gonzaga's been solid over a 10-year period, like real solid. Probably a little longer than that. They've been real solid, but you haven't really seen them, break the mold, like you were saying, Hugh, break the mold and break that Elite Eight and go to the Final Four and stuff like that. Elite Eight is the furthest I've seen them get. But they here. North Carolina is pretty much they are the only household name in this Final Four. Now, when you look at, I think it's going to be a competitive Final Four because South Carolina looks hungry. They look very hungry. So Gonzaga better watch it. They better watch it. And Oregon looks very hungry. The way they played Kansas on Friday night or whatever.
Yeah.
Saturday.
They played Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, they played Saturday. The way they played Kansas on Saturday night was just it was crazy what I was watching because Kansas and Kentucky were my picks. Like either one of them. I'm like Kansas will win it or Kentucky will win it. That was before the tournament even started. And Kansas gone, Kentucky gone. So I'm just sitting there like, oh man, But Kentucky looked strong. And what happened on that last play, it looked like Kentucky celebrated. If you look at it, they were celebrating pretty much when Malik Monk hit that three-pointer. They didn't get back in transition. So that's why I forget the guard for North Carolina who penetrated and then just kicked it out to dude. He kicked it out to dude wide open. Like it was an uncontested shot that he made, and it was only a mid-range jump shot, and he just nailed it, uncontested, everything. I'm like, where the transition defense at? And I'm pretty sure Coach Calipari was asking them like, what the hell was y'all at? Like, where were y'all at on transition? So I mean, it was an instant classic for sure. That was a damn good game, instant classic, no doubt. But I think this Final Four is going to be very, very interesting because you could possibly have a South Carolina-Oregon national championship game. And
I agree.
And then it gets to a question of who going to watch it. Because I'm for real. I know the diehards will watch it. I know I'll watch it. I know you'll probably watch it, Hugh. I know.
Yes, sir.
My boy who's listening right now, Capri, I know Capri will watch it. But the casual fan or the fan who just likes, college basketball here and there probably won't pay it no attention. They'll probably look at it like, South Carolina, Oregon, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Gonzaga and North Carolina, you'll have, because Gonzaga got a story. They was almost undefeated going into the tournament.
Yeah.
So they have a little bit of a story that the casual fan could actually follow. Like, man, Gonzaga, they was almost undefeated. So let's see what they do with this. So if you see them in a North Carolina in the final, or even them and a Oregon in the final, it'll be interesting. But South Carolina and Oregon, that'll be kind of rough to watch, I think. But I mean, congratulations to the 4 teams that made it to the Final Four. Final Four is always exciting to me. I always like the Final Four. Just the atmosphere. The atmosphere is just electric. Watching the Final Four because you had those games back to back on the same floor. So it's it's very electric to me. So I love the Final Four.
Okay, so prediction, James, who you think between Oregon and North Carolina?
I got North Carolina. I think they're gonna be a little bit too much to to overcome for Oregon. But yeah, I said that about Kansas. But I think North Carolina gonna put them to sleep. I really do. And then on the other side, I'm gonna have to go with Gonzaga. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Gonzaga. They South Carolina's Cinderella run about to end. I think that stage is probably gonna be a little bit too big for them. And I think Gonzaga just have their athletes are just too much, and they could the offense that they run is very complex to defend. And I think that South Carolina is going they're gonna kind of crumble. I really do. I mean, Frank Martin brings a lot of intensity. The head coach brings a lot of intensity to the team, but I don't think he's gonna be able to coach them up out of this one. So I got North Carolina and Gonzaga in the final. And next Monday you'll get my pick. Hopefully I'm not having to pick between Oregon and South Carolina.
All right, Hugh, who you think got it? Oregon and North Carolina.
When it comes to that one, I'm going with North Carolina. I've been going with North Carolina to take it all. So I definitely got North Carolina in this one. And then, like Jay said, I don't think that I would really be surprised. When you look at this Oregon game, I never really seen no really true cut, team just really laid a mark, but the last man standing seems like it is Gonzaga and the Tar Heels. So, yeah, I definitely had the Tar Heels on that one because of their guard play and their experience, But then again, I got Gonzaga, like Jay said, man, they had an incredible run this year. I was shocked when they lost that game. I want to see an undefeated team go. But that one game, it seems like they still didn't miss a beat. And I think that those South Carolina boys are hungry, but I just feel like that Cinderella time has gone in. That glass slipper going to fall and break off, and then they're looking back on that. But, yeah, definitely going with Gonzaga and UNC. But then, please, I hope we don't have to do the South Carolina-Oregon because I don't want to choose between those two. But if I have to, I will. But for now, I'm going Gonzaga and going North Carolina.
All right. Well, I'm going Oregon. My brother live there now. And I'm going Gonzaga because I like their name. So we'll see next week what's going on. All right, so we're going to stick with the
You almost scared the hell out of me.
How?
I thought that South Carolina was about to come out your mouth. He's about to argue.
Oh, no.
I was about to say it got to be a woman. Got to be a woman going to pick what I just said nobody don't want to see. Oh, damn, Oregon and South Carolina.
No, I would pick Oregon, and I told you Gonzaga's name is cool. So, hey.
That's why you pick them.
Going for them. Yeah. What else you want to say? I never heard of this team in my life until
you ain't never heard that the great John Stockton went there?
Oh, I love John Stockton.
Yeah, he's a Gonzaga alum.
Go ahead. Well, see, the greatness comes from there. Go ahead, Gonzaga, all the way, winning it. So let's talk about these crying players.
Shit.
We see it in the NBA. I don't like it. But you're making millions and you crying. Cry baby James. But I think for college, it's like they trying to get to it's like they Super Bowl and they, NBA championship, and they work hard all year to get there. And when especially I know Michigan should have been crying. They should have been crying all day. They should still be crying. 1 point in real life, that's what you're going to do? But, James, what do you think about the crying? Are they being too emotional, or is it justified?
When I actually was thinking about this, I was actually thinking about another subject to talk about today, right? So when I was getting a list together this morning, I'm like, what can I talk about? Twiddling my thumbs, and then I always keep it on Sports Center. So I happen to look at the television, and I see Fox from Kentucky and Malik Monk just crying their eyes out like they done lost about 5 relatives. And I'm like, I said this would be a good topic. This would be something good to talk about. So, because to me, that right there, the way they were doing, I don't know if they knew how to really express their emotions, because sports are very emotional, just like you just said, Monique. They work hard for that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like they're getting paid or anything. These guys work hard, and a lot of them try to improve draft stock. A lot of them are one-and-done players. A lot of them are seniors. They've never been to a certain point before. They're trying to get there, and they work hard. So I get the emotion, the pure emotion of it. Sometimes you'll see, I know back in my day that the whole thing was the guy put the towel over their head, and then put their head down, and the towel is draped over their head or whatever. Or the guy had a towel and have his face in the towel. You can kind of see his body, trembling or whatever. That he's shedding tears. But these cats on camera hugging each other and, arm around each other and, all that stuff. Like, to me, that was a little extra. I thought it was extra. But I do understand the raw emotion of the game, but I felt like they was being overboard with that. They was a little overboard, and then I saw Florida. They was crying, all hunched down and on the court and stuff like that. It was just that's just a little bit too emotional to me.
Hugh, what you think?
The one dude, which Jay was just talking about during the Florida game, he was in the middle of it. I think he was in the middle of the
logo. Yeah, he was middle of the court. He was in the middle of the court.
Like, man. And the crazy part about it is it's a really picky topic, It's funny, too, because, when I thought you probably like a guy crying, boo-hoo and shedding tears, because y'all would be like, how come a guy don't open up to us? They always be holding their anger inside. Them dudes let go. Niagara Falls with most of them. I really feel like sometimes it's over the top. You might shed a tear or so if you work that hard, but it all started with me when it started to get super extra more. I don't know if you know, you got to YouTube this. Adam Morrison from your school, Gonzaga. He was on the ground. He had his arms stretched out. He was crying. You know how you lose a relative. The black funerals. He did one of these, that cry like this, Monique. He did one of those on the floor like he was dry heaving. And I'm like, damn, like, dude, take that shit off the court. What are you doing? And those guys get a little extra now. It's like when you cry, if you shed a tear and you be like, damn, I'll bust my ass for this, and then I'm not to where I want to be, and you really work, like you said, these guys work their asses off. They practice all year long to get there. I'll be hurt, but a lot of these guys, man, they laying on the ground, stretching out. The one dude's in the middle of the logo, like, come on, man. We understand you got passion for the game, but damn, don't over-passion the game. I know it hurts if you're a college senior or if you're one and done or not the damn, I think I'd be more hurt losing the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Or NBA Finals.
Exactly.
But
this
them guys
and Monk. But Fox and Monk, that was
like
ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
The dudes be crying and dry heaving and shaking on the ground and put their towel over their face and kicking their legs up. Like, come on, man.
Hey, they should have had, like with Fox and Monk yesterday, they should have just had Boys to Men walk in and start singing It's So Hard to Say Goodbye. Like, really. Like, just Wanye come in, it's so hard. I mean, for real. Like, for real. They did. I mean, it was just, I was like, come on, y'all. For real. Like, I mean, they hugging each other. Like, they homeboy just got shot. Like they was mourning the death of Ricky from Boys in the Hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Tell you that boy, they didn't have to shoot Ricky like that, man. This is my brother, man. You know, we go back and the camera just on them, like just. I bet you some people was back there laughing, for real, like laughing just at the pure over emotion of it. Like, I'm an emotional guy, and I know at times when I get over emotional, I have to check myself sometimes. I'll be like, dude, come on, man. That ain't even necessary. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff deserves emotion. Some stuff doesn't deserve emotion. And a lot of stuff damn sure doesn't deserve over emotion. And I think there is a such thing as being overly emotional. And I think that was just being overly emotional. I think the damn towel over the head and you just down like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Or just, you know, you see the tears sometimes of the guys, they just, you know, have the tears draping down their face, you know, as they go in a handshake or whatever, or you will see a guy back in the locker room or get interviewed and you will see him like just put his face in his hands and, you know, you'll see some tears coming down. But these cats, man, was just crying like, you know, much. Yeah, that was just too much. That was being over emotional, and I wonder where that come from. I really do.
I don't know, Jay. You know what's sad too, man? Us. I'm talking about the viewers out there, Capri who's listening, Mo, Jay, and Q the producer. We've seen shows on TV, black shows now. On TV was more or less to make you be more emotional than what these guys was going through yesterday. For instance, I'm about to throw one out there. Penny got burned with the iron on Good Times. That was some emotional stuff. And we can even hear waffling when James Evans died off the show and damn. We understand that pain. Who's it, a game?
Right.
You got to be more professional than that, man. Come on now. You guys need to suck it up. Like I was saying, you know, if you shed a tear or if you be a little emotional at the end, but these guys laying out on the court, putting their towels over their face, stretched out on the ground and doing all this silly stuff, man, stay that, man. You know, we understand that you hurt, but, man, don't be laying all out, man, like you a kid with a temper tantrum, man. That don't make no sense, man.
Well, professionalism? I will say this. When they probably, you know, saw that clip in Boys in the Hood when Trey came in old girl house, overly emotional, and he ended up getting him a little piece. You know what I'm saying? He ended up getting him a little something, and he was being overly emotional. He just comes in and just fight the air like that, like because people shooting. Like nobody at that point, like nobody got killed at that point. Like Ricky wasn't there at that point. Like Doughboy was okay. Like all your boys all right at that point. And you just hear shooting, and you come in, fight in the air, and get up. I mean, it got him something. You know what I'm saying? So I guess maybe they trying to get them a little something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What one of the listeners said they kids. I understand. Capri, I understand wholeheartedly the kids. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying though, that's just over. Like I said, overly emotional. I didn't say they can't get emotional. I understand the emotion of it because, you know, I played sports before. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us play sports. So when you work hard, I remember one time we worked hard all year. And I was actually playing in the church league. And this was one of the toughest church leagues, you know, in the state that I knew of at the time. So we went undefeated that year. We went undefeated. We ended up beating this team in overtime or whatever. They thought they had us. Like we came back on them or whatever in the second half. Ended up, you know, tying the game up and taking them overtime. You know, ended up beating them at OT. They were upset. They were crying and stuff like that. So they ended up telling that, like, 2 of our players had played freshman ball. They played, like, a couple games of freshman ball, but they ended up quitting or whatever. But we come in for the championship game one day, and they tell us, hey, y'all can't, y'all can't play. Y'all violated the rules and stuff like that. So we had invited our parents and everything to come, to the game. We are 14 years old at this juncture. You know what I'm saying? So that was, like, heart-wrenching for me, like, really for me. You know what I'm saying? I was the MVP that season and everything. So I'm like, what the hell? I wanted the championship. And it was emotional. I cried. But I wasn't, I wasn't laying out on the – and I'm an emotional dude. Like anybody say, I'm an emotional guy. And I just felt like that was too much emotion, like just in the camera like that, like for real. Like I thought somebody died. Like did Coach Calipari just die in the back? Like did we not know something? Like for real, I just thought it was overly emotional.
Like they want to be seen. Like they want to be seen crying on camera. Like, hey, everybody look at me, I'm crying and shit.
Well, I think you got to understand they are kids. You know what I'm saying? And it was like they trying to get to the Super Bowl. And at that age, y'all weren't handling y'all emotions all that well either. So you had to grow into it.
My daddy wouldn't be having that.
I do think rolling on the floor and all that stuff, like, do that in the locker room. Don't be on the floor with it. If you go cry, you can cry hard out there where people at, but don't be laying on the floor. That's just a little too much. That it might be saying something about who he is as a what team he played for. You got to go extra. But anyway, what's going on? So all these, and another thing, these kids in the NCAA, they trying to get to the NBA. So it's like,
yeah.
Is this hurt my chances by me losing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the odds of this and that and all this stuff? So it's a lot of stuff that you're probably dealing with. And then they probably like, I done failed my class because I've been playing basketball. So I'm going to get kicked out of school. There's a lot of stuff that they could be dealing with.
Yeah,
so let's
Monique,
talk
I
about
didn't
the
think about
NBA.
it like that.
I'm just saying, like, they play, that is basketball. Like, I don't care what you say. It's basketball. If you at a school where you can get past, they do it.
But if you walk out of school, you're the dummy, though.
Yeah, but that's all. Some of them, that's all they do. They go for basketball. Oh, and they major be business administration.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even do like sports, anything, sports therapy, sports, nothing. It just be business administration, and I play football, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to this NBA. What's going on with this MVP race, fellas? Hugh?
Shit.
I still think it's going to be that steep, man. It's still really out to the point where it's going to come down to 2 guys, and this looks like it right now. I was a little disappointed with the game yesterday because I thought that even though Westbrook got that triple-double, and I have my fingers crossed because he's really been keeping that consistent, but I just really felt like James Harden outplayed him, It's just really a dangerous team to see him really coming to form as the leader. I think that him being more comfortable in this role, saying I have to pick up the team and I have to be that guy, even though he already was, but to show his leadership, man, that basically made me even like him more. Probably terrible on the defensive end, one of the worst defenders, but at the end of the day, he's even working on that aspect of the game. Not as much as he should, but yeah, I still thinking it's going down to those 2 guys. You can sprinkle somebody in, like LeBron James. He's always going to be there because he's a great player. You can always put him in there. Then you can put John Wall in there because he's really showed how big of a leader he is this year. I thought that he excelled last year. He's doing even better this year. And that Washington team is playing to the beat of his drum. So, yeah, if I had to pick my 4, that's who I would pick. LeBron's always going to be there. And then you got your John Wall. But I think right now, by far, it's the race between James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
Well, from my end, if I had to pick 4, I do feel like LeBron always is there, but Isaiah Thomas, man, oh my God, that guy has been getting down this season. So he would definitely be 3rd for me. Of course, it's coming down because they're getting all their attention for their teams. Westbrook and James Harden are getting total 100% attention right now because of what they're doing. Harden's putting up triple-doubles. He's being very efficient this year. The team is winning a lot of basketball games this year. Westbrook is doing something like I said before, we haven't seen in our lifetime. You know, putting up triple-doubles. He just got his 36th triple-double yesterday. And a friend of mine alluded to it that Westbrook almost has to get a triple-double for them to be really competitive in all of these games. And he hasn't disappointed. Like, out of 70-something games, this dude has 36 triple-doubles. That is ill. And you got to look at it. He hasn't been one of them guys that's been sat down because he needs rest or nothing like that. He's played games. He played the season. And he plays every game like it's his last. You know, so with that being said, right now, I think the top of the race right now, for me, will have to be Russell Westbrook. Like I said, I don't care if they win 50 games or what seed they. I just feel like you can't ignore what he's doing in this era of basketball. You just can't. You can't ignore it. Like, it's hard. It'll be hard to ignore it. And I really think, you know what I'm saying, because Isaiah Thomas is having a good season. Kawhi Leonard's having a good year. LeBron James always has a good year. I mean, you can't mention John Wall. I think that's more of a team effort, though. To me, I think it's more of a team effort. They clicking on all cylinders. They're gonna be hell in the East for the Torontos and, you know, the Bostons and even Cleveland. They'll give them a run. I don't think they can overall beat Cleveland in the 7-game series, but you know that Washington team is dangerous over there. But I think it's more of a collective team effort. But I just feel like, even though those guys are having good seasons, just Russell Westbrook and James Harden are sticking out like sore thumbs, and you know, deservedly so. But I got to go with Russ all day. Like, even though he is my favorite player in the NBA, and I'm not being biased to him because of that. But I mean, his numbers is backing everything up. So I mean, I gotta roll with Russ on this, man. I think he the MVP this year, and I don't think it should be nobody else. Even though James Harden is right there, and Kobe said yesterday, he said he thinks it might be too close to call, and it might end up being the first ever co-MVPs. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Cole. I love Cole to death, but I don't know about that one. I think you gotta give it to Russ. You gotta give it to Russ. Got to.
Now, if his team doesn't make it to the playoffs, is he still eligible, or does that matter? Does the team win matter for the MVP race?
They're gonna make it to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they're already. They can slip from their spot, but they're there.
So if they lose the all of it, the championship, can he still be?
Who?
Well, Westbrook.
The championship don't matter. They do the MVP voting right after the year. So after the year, like in the middle of the playoff season, they'll announce the MVP for the regular season. So yeah, the winning the championship don't matter.
Okay. I think the beard guy is going to get it. Harding. I think he's going to get MVP. I know his name. I just wanted to say the beard guy. So leave me alone. I'm a girl. Like, but anyway, what else? And no more NBA news going on.
I do. What the hell is going on with the Clippers? Is this a collapse or something? Did you see what happened yesterday?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that, man. What the hell? You let that team beat y'all, man. You out your damn mind. Without Boogie Cousins, too?
Yeah, 18 points in 5 minutes. Like an 18-point lead.
That don't have Boogie Cousins. They ought to be ashamed. They collapsed there. This is going to be the last year that this Clippers team is going to be together. I guarantee you that. They gonna have to make some moves to bust this up and get a better team, or just move some players or whatever and start rebuilding, because this is just, I don't know. And I feel like Doc Rivers is starting to prove that how overrated he is. It's like he can't get to his team. They're not playing to the level they're supposed to play at right now. And I don't know if it's that he just lost his team, or is it because when Chris Paul got hurt, that kind of set him back some, and they're trying to find a rhythm. I don't know. I mean, all of that can play a factor, but it looks deeper than that. Buddy Hield said yesterday that he said they kind of looked over and saw them chirping at each other. Like the Clippers were over there arguing. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, hey, they kind of divided right now. We could probably make a run. And they did. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's wrong with them, man. I don't know. That's a cause for concern.
Well, it's funny. I never think conversation about the Clippers being a good team. Because I remember at the point I forgot the Clippers existed because it was all about the Lakers. But
we said they were the best team in L.A. at the time, but they're not really. They're okay, but they're just getting over the hump on every playoff. They'll get there. They'll go probably in the second round. Sometimes they one and done. They're the most improved team out of some of the worst teams, but they're being a great team. It just don't seem like they got not that formula with this new team, man. It's a shame because they got a lot of talent over there, but it was a lot of stuff that happened too that had red flags, like, Chris Paul arguing with Andre Jordan that time. He argued with him about a play. I guess it was him missing his free throws and not being competitive with his free throws. And then, you seen stuff happen or you heard about the Blake Griffin punching one of the guys, behind the scenes. It wasn't one of the players. It was one of the personnel, I think it was just one of the locker room guys, probably a janitor. Hell, I don't know. But we heard about him punching the guy. And we just heard a lot of crazy things going on with that team. I've definitely seen Chris Paul yell at a few of them before. And, he definitely felt like Andre Jordan didn't put in a lot of effort a few times. They were aggravated with Blake and his distractions, and a lot of things has been going on. It didn't escalate and really get that bad. But now you're starting to see it now with this team and how bad they are, because that was this huge collapse in a team who shouldn't even be on their level. I don't care if Chris Paul or Blake Griffin didn't play. It ain't no way in hell that this Sacramento team supposed to even competed with the Clippers. And so, it's a red flag right now. They're in a lot of trouble. We already were talking about on one of the shows that they need to get rid of some of these pieces on the team, because we don't think that they got what it takes to really get over that hump to be in the playoffs or actually in the deeper rounds like the conference finals or to the NBA finals. We didn't think they had what it takes. They need to get more pieces around them, and I just feel like now they going to have to will and deal a Blake Griffin or see what they can do with a Chris Paul. I think they're going to have to get a little younger and just rebuild. That's how bad it's getting, because if these guys didn't get them the way they're supposed to be at right now, it's time to move on and start again. And that's what a lot of teams did. Like the Golden State Warriors, they were bad for so long. And then they start getting all these top draft picks. You know, sometimes you got to start young. OKC did it with Durant and Westbrook at the time. Sometimes you just got to rebuild and get them number one draft picks and get those good draft selections to remold your team. I just don't think right now what the Clippers got putting out there on the floor is really good as what it's supposed to be advertised.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's switch sports here and go to the NFL. Now, I done heard of some crazy stuff, but this right here is ridiculous. Like, is it really that? Necessary? Like, come on, guys. Like, to make a video about touchdown celebrations and what's appropriate and what's not.
Jesus Lord.
Yeah, stupid thing they can ever think of. It's a waste of time, Mo.
Hey, Hugh, I hope you eat this shit up so I won't even have to say nothing.
You trying to teach them how to do silly shit like a celebration. Who are you to tell me to do celebrations if your ass don't want me to do celebrations in the first place? The hell with Roger Goodell and the NFL. You know, I don't really give a damn about them talking about no dancing and how you should appropriately dance. Hell, if I make the touchdown, I'm going to dance whatever the hell way I want. You know, you try to find guys that you feel like they're doing too much excessive celebrating and, you know, wasting time. But now you want to tell them that they can celebrate, but we want to show you the way. Man, the hell with that. I don't know the damn what he's talking about, and I don't even really feel like that even makes sense to me. It was the worst thing that they can ever say right now as far as the NFL. It's a joke. You know, I just really thought that was the silliest thing I heard. I said, man, are you really kidding me right now? You know, you can get the ball and pass it to the ref, or you can dance, but you can't dance with a whole posse full of people. Come on now, that's juvenile and it's ignorant. You know, a lot of the stuff that they're talking about and how they're trying to teach you how to dance or the correct way to dance, man, that's bogus. I really thought they were joking about that. I really had to actually check the shit out for myself and see it with my own eyes and kind of just look through and read upon it. Because I'm like, wow, y'all taking it too far. Like I said, from the asshole Roger Goodell himself, who always about himself, want to tell you, okay, we're going to get this out here. You can celebrate, but it's only a certain way you can celebrate. We're going to teach you how. For what? That pissed me off. That's the worst thing they ever said, man. I just felt like that wasted my time hearing them talk about that. I said, man, you got to be kidding me. I hope they don't do the shit at an NFL meeting, and it'll really make me mad. Why are they even discussing that? You know, we'll show you how to dance. What they want you to do, the Carlton dance and shit in the end zone, or some offbeat dance because we got rhythm. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, Gronk did the bullshit he was doing, and I love Gronk because I'm a New England Patriots fan. When he be doing all that wild, crazy shit, he be doing offbeat. They think that's hilarious. They love it. You let a Chad Ochocinco or somebody hit a pop lock move, oh, yeah, you finding them. You want to throw the flag. You know, come on, man, that's ridiculous. I really thought that when they was talking about that, I thought it was a joke. And when I seen it was real, I said, man, this is bogus, and you really have to be kidding me right now.
Yeah, James, go ahead.
Well, Hugh did what I asked him to do. He done kind of ripped it up. And I want to thank him for that. I just have just a little bit about this. I don't have too much because I kind of yelled at the TV when I first, heard about everything, I kind of just yelled at the TV and fussed at the TV about it. But this, first of all, I was listening to First Take, and Stephen A. Smith said something very interesting. I don't agree with everything Stephen A. Smith talks about. Sometimes he irritates the hell out of me, but sometimes he makes a good point. And I think this was one of them when they were talking about this. And he said this sounds to him nothing like a ploy to control black people, black athletes, I should say, and how they celebrate. And you look at the celebrations, most of the creative celebrations come from the black people. You see Gronk and all them guys, they usually just spike the ball or whatever they do. You don't never see them doing no heavy metal stuff or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But, with us, we twerking, we dunking the ball, we throwing alley-oops to each other after the after the touchdowns, and jumping in the Salvation Army bucket and all that stuff, which all of that stuff is entertaining. It's cool. And when you look at sports is entertainment. Basketball, football, soccer, hockey, baseball, all that stuff. It's entertainment. That's what it is. That's what we watch it for. We had a conversation last week about pro wrestling, and how it's, like, to us it's kind of half sport, half entertainment. And for these main sports, it's entertainment as well. It's competitive, but it's entertainment. That's what people pay their tickets for. They come to see the competition of the sport, but yet be entertained by it. They want to see the dunk. Yeah, they want to see the animation of the athletes and stuff like that. So when you take that stuff away, you're making it too, I want to say, too bland, too stale.
Yeah.
So why take that away from them? And we were just talking about emotion. And I think football is where you see the rawest of emotions, because the adrenaline is going, everything is emotional in football. Even as you talk about anger is an emotion. You know what I'm saying? You're getting anger out. You're getting, all this hostility out of your system and aggressiveness and stuff like that. So that's why Hugh, you and I talked about it. Of course, we agree with the athlete being safe. The receiver being safe, coming across the middle and stuff like that, and not get hit in the head, getting concussions and stuff like that. Because it's kids that play football, so we don't want the kids and stuff to get hurt and get hurt to the point where when they get to be NFL stars, a la Javid Best. You know what I'm saying? They can't take a hit. They get hit once or twice in the NFL and bam, their career over with, because they done had 8 or 9 damn concussions since they were in Little League. So yeah, we want to protect them from the sport or whatever, but it's tough to do because you take away from the pure raw emotion of football, which is I don't want him to catch his ball over the middle. So him coming over to break up, I can't get there enough to swipe the ball away or intercept it, so I have to jar the ball loose by hitting him as he catches it. You really can't do that now. If you're not there, you're just not there. You know what I'm saying? You just got to pull him down or
pretty
whatever.
much.
So the them working so hard, going through all this stuff to get to the end zone, get touchdowns, and we're talking touchdowns in key situations, a touchdown that could possibly decide a playoff win, Super Bowl win, division win, any of that stuff. And you're telling me I can't celebrate if it's not anything sexual or anything like that. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that type of stuff, that stuff got to go. Not that type of stuff, or guns and people doing guns and stuff like that, or sexual acts or anything like that. I'm talking about just raw emotion, dunking it, or all of them in the huddle, or doing something that's pop culture or something like that. That's not taking too much time. But I mean, either or. I mean, come on, man. It's just, to me, it's retarded. It seems like they're trying to take every aspect of fun out of the game of football, and they already took most of the hard hits out of football. They were talking about taking kickoffs and all that stuff away. So I don't know what else they gonna take away. What next?
I think I was like, over the past couple of years, like I've been watching. And then it's like, they like flag. I say, why they get a flag? He can do that. He's like, oh no, they changed the rules. What? And then they're like, oh no, they changed the rules. I'm like, what? They about to be all? I mean, they might as well put flags on and just go grab the flag. No tackle. You can't do nothing now. Man, what you mean? It's football. I'm supposed to hit them hard. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is what the game is. Putting restrictions on hockey like this, all these rule changes in hockey. Like they will stand there and take them gloves off and get to fighting. What you mean? Man, leave football alone. It's for the man. It's a man sport. You get hit hard and you hit hard. Like, and you go for the goal. And when you get there after you've been hit how many times trying to get down the field, yes, you should be able to celebrate however you want. Now, if you're standing there pumping on the goalpost, then maybe you shouldn't do that. Say that for, for by yourself. Get you one in the backyard so you can do it. Go at it. But, like, I mean, come on, guys. So it's a website called SB Nation, but they have they basically, like you said, this is childish, right, Hugh? So they got pictures on here that are showing what it might look like. And it's like, they got stick figures. Everything is drawn stick figures. They say, congratulating a teammate on a touchdown, good celebration. Having simulated sex with a football in the end zone, bad celebration. Pointing to the sky, good celebration. Pointing at opponent's flaws, bad celebration. Handing the touchdown ball to a small child, good celebration. This one is funny. Sacrificing a goat at midfield to please Artemis, pagan god of the hunt, bad celebration. And I mean, what makes this so funny is the pictures. Like, y'all should really go check it out. SBNation.com, NFL celebration tutorial video content. It's so funny and childish the way they broke it down, because it is, and it's unnecessary. Like, NFL, y'all got so much more to worry about than how they celebrate in the end zone. So fine them $5 if they pump the football field and if they lay on the ground and start grinding. $5. All right, stop. Don't do it. I mean, come on now. Is it really that important when you got to make a video? Like, y'all just trying to, I mean, what is going on here? What the Christmas tree is the NFL thinking of? So let's get off of this childish, unnecessary stuff and talk about Colin Kaepernick. So he is still unsigned, and a lot of people are saying that he's being blackballed because of his sit down during the anthem, and not because of his performance or anything, but because he decided not to stand for the national anthem. We discussed him and his national anthem standing, and now he's saying, I will stand. So, what do y'all think about, do you think that he's being blackballed, or is it purely based on that he's not starting quarterback material anymore and he's more backup, or what? Like, what do you guys think about that, James?
You sure you want me to go first?
Yes, I want you to go first.
This subject kind of irritates me and pisses me off a little bit, and the reason being is because I've always heard that phrase, not the phrase, the goddamn amendment, you know, the freedom of speech and stuff like that, you know. And with that, you always hear freedom of speech, but you never hear the other side of it, which is you may have to surrender to the consequences of your free speech. So I can be free to say what I need to say, but something still might happen to me. And you know what I'm saying, and the reality of things. So here it is. Colin Kaepernick did what he did, right? He, you know, kneeled for the national anthem or whatever, and was, you know, he made this whole spiel about it, said he wasn't gonna vote, all this stuff or whatever, right?
That's just dumb.
Now over this time, even before he did that, he was kind of declining a little bit when after Harbaugh had left for U of M. Thank God, go blue. But when Harbaugh left, he kind of declined a little bit, okay? And I think the reason he declined is because he had 3 head coaches in 3 years. It's kind of tough for a quarterback who I think Kaepernick has pure talent, but I think he needs structure, a structure for his talent to thrive in. If that makes any sense to you guys, he needs structure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people can thrive because of who they are in anything. You know what I'm saying? But him, I think he has pure talent, but he needs structure for that talent to, you know what I'm saying, come out. But here it is. You have him as a free agent. You have other guys who are just not even Mark Sanchez. He done got signed. Geno Smith done got signed. Josh McCown is about to be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. Okay? You have these guys who've been signed, but Colin Kaepernick is not even getting a look, to the point where everybody's saying, okay, well, it's his production. His production isn't this. His production isn't that. He wants to be a starter still or whatever. Has anybody even talked to him about a backup role? Or you can compete for a job here or nothing. And that's why I think he's getting blackballed. He's getting blackballed because of what his political, what he did to bring attention to himself. And I think they don't want that circus. I think certain teams doesn't want that circus or that type of attention to their team. I think that's what it's all about. I don't think it has nothing to do with his playing or whatever, or his lack of production or whatever. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's strictly because of him exercising his right not to stand or whatever, and him to stand or whatever for the national anthem. That's what I think it's about. This has become political more than about sports. So I think he is getting blackballed. I really do. Because if you could sign them dudes, you could damn sure sign goddamn Colin Kaepernick to something. Somebody can. Somebody can sign him. Hey, you can compete. You may be a backup or whatever. You can compete. They don't need right. They don't need no Colin Kaepernick. They don't need it.
Oh, okay. Well, that so do y'all think he's being blackballed? Do you think he's being blackballed?
I definitely think he's being blackballed because of the fact when you look at it and you break it down, he's not the worst quarterback out there. I heard Richard Sherman talking about it the other day, and I was a little pissed at Michael Irvin because he was trying to just talk to save his damn job, saying he don't think he's being blackballed. No, he's definitely being blackballed. Big ups to Richard Sherman. That's one thing I like about him because he don't hesitate for nobody. I feel like a coach like Pete Carroll will put you over in his system and let you get the opportunity to win a starting job. We can just think about it. When you see Matt Flynn, he was actually the starting quarterback in Seattle. But Pete Carroll said, oh, hell no, I don't care about your contract and what you've done in the past. We only care about now. And that third-round pick ended up being a starting quarterback, and look how well that worked out for them. Okay, you had a start. I don't even remember the starting cornerback that was over there in Seattle because of the fifth-round guy, Richard Sherman, came in, and we never heard of that guy ever since. I want a coach like that who's who's competitive and feel like he's not going to just give nobody the reins to anything. You got to work for it. That's the type of guy I want Kaepernick to go to. But then when you look at it, you got your Geno Smith and Josh McCown starting for the Jets. I'm loving it because he got to play New England twice a year. Thank you, Jets. But when you look at this and you see Geno gets a backup job, but Mark Sanchez, come on now, he's better than Geno and Mark Sanchez. I just feel like what James said, when you get all those coaches, first off, he had Harbaugh left, then he had the backup coach end up taking that job, and he didn't do well with the team, and then you get Chip Kelly, who basically he would change any system and make his own, and that didn't work out as well. You know, he had 3 coaches that whole time. He needs a consistent coach, someone who can mold him, because at the time there was Alex Smith in San Francisco, and he felt like, you know, he's a good guy, he's a good player, but he felt like Kaepernick had something he didn't. A lot of people said, damn, I'm surprised that, you know, when Alex Smith got hurt, they're going to continue to grow with Kaepernick. Kaepernick now was a holding call away from winning the Super Bowl because they could have didn't call that call. He could have won that Super Bowl that year against the Ravens. But now when Harbaugh left, he struggled. And then now with his political beliefs, he believed that, you know, he got tired of seeing black people getting mistreated, better yet. You know, people getting gunned down, don't have no guns and saying, hey, they say hold your hands up. Most times that's what the police say to black people, hey, hold your hands up. Put your hand on the steering wheel. You put your hands up, you getting shot 5 times in the chest. He was seeing these things happen, and he got tired of the bullshit, and he wanted to make a stand, you know. And he wasn't trying to call attention to himself, and he was just basically doing what he believed. I definitely appreciate Stephen A. Smith saying, too, that at one point they didn't have nobody out there when they were doing the national anthem. They were all in the locker room. And then all of a sudden they start putting them on the field, making them look like they were more patriotic. You know, it was all a show. It was a showcase from the beginning. And now he, you know, basically felt like he wanted to use, you know, freedom of speech. And he wanted to basically, and they tell you, you can stand for the national anthem if you want to. You don't have to, but we'd rather you do than not. Right. But if you decide not to do so, why are you getting punished for it? And then Donald Trump, dumbass, talking about the whole thing. Man. NFL, you know, coaches and owners are scared. And what did he say, Jay? Tell them what he said, man.
Man, I'm about to pull it up. This man, he say, because of his tweets, that people are don't want to sign him because of Trump. Yeah. They don't want to get in a Twitter war with Trump. And that he said, I'm like, I was just about to say that he keeps trying to make himself so much more than what he is. Like, this man takes credit for everything. It could be 100 years before he was born. It was his idea. The asteroid that destroys the dinosaurs, I sent that asteroid. What? Wait a minute. What do you mean? You wasn't even no human. Where was you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And I don't understand how he keep wanting to put himself into stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with. He says, there is an article today that NFL owners don't want to pick him up because they don't want to get a nasty tweet from Donald Trump. He said, you believe that? I just saw that. I said, I remember that one. I'm going to report it to the people of Kentucky because they like it when people actually stand for the American flag. They also like it when they can go to the doctor and live. I mean, I don't know if that matters to him, but, yeah, everybody in the world likes to go to the doctor for free or low cost, but, you know, that's not important. He's worried about if Kaepernick is going to get a job or not. But, yeah, he's a special man, but I think if he's a good quarterback, I'm not a fan of San Francisco, so I don't really watch the games. That's my husband's job. That's his team. But, I mean, if he's still good, he's young. So, I mean, he needs to figure it out. But he still got time. Some people have been...
that they holding him up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They just messing with him. I'm
sorry, Monique, but I was going to say, I actually just got a text about that, saying that it was a little bit too early, free agency just kind of started or whatever. And I know because it's been a hot topic on a lot of the shows, you know what I'm saying, Undisputed, First Take, everybody been talking about it. And I feel like, personally, if Colin Kaepernick didn't do what he did, he would probably still be a San Francisco 49er, or he would have been a guy signed by now by somebody. I definitely feel like the Jets probably would have gave him a chance. And for them to pick a goddamn Josh McCown over Colin Kaepernick right now, I feel like that speaks volumes to me. So maybe they will pick him up in 2 more weeks or whatever the case may be. I feel like this still is a worthy topic to talk about because I feel like his views and what he did is the reason why he's not signed to any team right now. I really do. I really feel like that. I really strongly feel that way. Maybe he'll get picked up later or something like that, or maybe he don't get picked up at all, which will really bring interesting conversation to the forefront. But as of now, I feel like you have to talk about the blackball thing, and I think right now, I feel like he's being blackballed because of the political stuff. That's what I feel like. Oh, yeah, he did opt out of his contract, but I think he opted out of it. You got to understand. I don't think he just opted out just to be like, okay, I want to be a straight free agent or whatever. Maybe he didn't just believe in what the team was doing, or maybe they forced him out. Maybe they was like, well, hey, blah blah or whatever. I mean, you never know. You never know the whole, the whole thing of what happened behind the scenes with him and his contract and stuff. But I definitely feel like this, he got himself. He is on the market. At the end of the day, he did opt out. He is on the market, but I feel like he should have been on the market as a commodity to some team, because there's some teams out here that don't have a quarterback. Fucking Cleveland don't even have a quarterback, and they not even right. You know what I'm saying? So
you get Osweiler.
Yeah,
it's and they about to let him go. So
this
ain't political.
They just want to pick with that dude. They just want to. Man, and remember when they got Osweiler, they're like, you know what? We're sure glad we got a second-round pick. I said, damn, y'all ain't even mentioned y'all got Osweiler.
I think they're probably doing I think they're probably doing the same thing to him that was happening with damn, did I lose my train of thought? I sure did. I'm getting old. Go ahead. I am getting old, man.
So we got to change subject, kind of, sort of. So foot and mouth is coming. And
oh, my God.
I feel
you gotta talk about him again?
we have 2 foot and mouth. So we're going to stick with the first one, just a little small one. which still deals with Colin Kaepernick, and it's going to be Miss Sarah Palin. So after he donated $50,000 to Meals on Wheels, ex-vice presidential nominee decided to post an article on her page that said, the title was, Colin Kaepernick just pulled another political stunt. And then it says, and he wonders why he can't find a job. So, after so many people came at her on Twitter, like, they said, what is Sarah Palin's job exactly? If you tweet about Colin Kaepernick at 12:35 a.m., you must not have a job either. And then somebody said, has your lazy ass ever finished a job? Like, I don't know what she do. I don't know. She chased after her daughter and all the kids she having, and I don't know what she does. And then one says, imagine being so racist you get mad at a black athlete for donating to Meals on Wheels. Like, really? Like, so, of course, with her foot in her mouth, they posted another article. And it's titled, Clarification. Out response to the media outrage on a story recently covered. Saying that they shouldn't have did the story like that. They made assumptions about him and all this other stuff. And it's like, why even say something? Like, you look crazy. If this plan is feeding these thousands of elderly people, and it's like, this is so crazy because they talk about cutting, and lately all I've seen is commercials for Meals on Wheels. I don't know if y'all seen it with the old lady and the old man, and she like, yeah, I can't do it. And then the lady come bring them their food, Meals on Wheels. This man is donating money, and you villain, you trumpet, it's sitting here like, you idiot, like, you asshole, why are you donating money? Like, why do it got to be political? This man has been donating stuff before he sat down for the anthem. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not just now like, you know what, fuck Trump, spit in his face, hey, I'm going to donate to what he's cutting. What? What kind of craziness is she, what is in that Alaska air? Because she needs to not breathe it. She needs something else. But she's the first foot in the mouth. So she's a small fry, but, I don't know, these trumpets, they're real special types of folks.
Yeah.
And then our favorite guy, you know who that is?
Jesus Christ.
Oh. He has been foot in the mouth for 3 weeks. Like, I started February 27th. It's March 27th. I've talked about him 3 or 4 times in that month span. And it's crazy because he won't stop talking. He just keeps talking. And keep talking, and the words don't make sense. Like Trump. They don't make sense, but he gonna say them. And it is what it is. We already talked about last week how he said don't apologize for what he said, what he says. So, recently he talked about LeBron James' children. Not specifically like, oh, there's some ugly kids or they stupid and all this. But this is his quote. He says, you got LeBron. It's going to be hard for his kids because they're going to look at them like, you got to be just like your dad. After a while, that pressure starts sitting on you like, why do I got to be just like him? Why can't I just be me? And then they're going to be like, oh, you soft. You're not that good because the expectation is very, very high. So I want to see what y'all think about that before I go to LeBron's response. Hugh?
The first one I'm not even going to respond to because you already know that's pissing me off about how they keep throwing jabs at my man Cap, you know. I just feel like a lot of it is ignorance, and you're seeing the true ignorance of people and the Trump voters, by the way, the true Trump voters who let their feelings come out. So I'm not even going to really give that a response because I feel like I'll be feeding into it too much. I think it's ignorant, and that person needs to be punched in the face. But at the same time, when it comes to the LeVar Ball situation, some of the kids just were privileged, and we all talked about that before. When you're privileged, you don't try as hard as you know you should because you have mostly everything you want because your dad is putting his blood, sweat, and tears out there. But at the end of the day, I look at it like I thought this little kid was a great basketball player. You know, his son plays pretty well, and I would definitely like to see him get to the point where he get older and have that same passion his dad do. And I know LeBron, if he wants to do that, he's going to give him that drive and motivation. So I just really feel like LeVar speaking on his kids is low down and dirty because it don't have nothing to do with him. And it's just I feel like he's doing a lot of these things to make himself feel like he's relevant. You know, you need to focus on your own son because Lorenzo didn't do a damn thing. You know, when it came when he was in the spotlight, you put him in that spotlight.
You put him right
there. He didn't do anything. That's what I was saying today. I really want Kentucky to win because I want to see what happens then when they put the pressure on this Lorenzo Ball kid and him be exposed. They wanted him to do too much. And then the guy they should have really been trying to put the game around was T.J. Leaf because he was the one who was really doing something that game. And I looked and I said, man, you know, they shouldn't put a lot of that exposure on him because under pressure, you know, is where, you know, you really know a person's true colors. I'm not saying that because he didn't do as well as he should have, but at the same time, if you're putting that much of attention and putting that much of a spotlight on your son and he didn't come through when they needed him the most, then I don't think you need to talk about anybody or any other thing that has to do with basketball with your 2-point average scoring ass. So you need to shut your mouth. You don't need to say nothing else right now because I don't feel like that even has nothing to do with anything. If LeBron kids want to play basketball in the future, which one of them was playing, and he played pretty good to be his age, I feel like that if LeBron push up enough and give him that motivation, because you know if the kid want to play, LeBron going to be hard on him and put the pressure on him to make him want to play the game even more. And strive, you know, but I was just really pissed off to hear LeVar say something that low down and dirty. It don't got nothing to do with you, and I just feel like he want to keep his name out there. But, man, like I was saying, he needs to focus on his son because Renzo didn't do anything. I was really was glad that happened, too, because at first it was a close game. And then, you know, that's when Kentucky put the clamps on, and I couldn't wait. I was waiting for that game. That was something I never wanted even more. I wanted that more than anything, and I was glad that Kentucky gave that to me just to shut him up. And he's still talking. But about children. About children. Come on, man.
James, what do you think about that's what LeVar said about LeBron kids and the Sarah Palin?
I'm with Hugh on the whole thing, man. I will say it just seems like whenever any celebrity or black athlete gives to a certain cause or whatever, it always got to be some kind of ulterior motive behind it or something. Like I don't know. People just always kind of look at that as a negative or whatever. But like I said, I'm with you. I don't even want to get into all of that stuff. I think Sarah Palin just, I don't know. She want to be relevant too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't been relevant since the
she needs something.
whole John McCain thing. Like, I mean, come on, man. Just go on somewhere, woman. Stay your ass in Alaska somewhere and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go play with some polar bears and some shit. But,
look at the Borealis something.
Right, please. But when it comes to LeVar Ball, this is, you remember back in February, Monique, we first started talking about this cat. We first started talking about this dude, right? And we had the whole conversation about him. And what was one of the main things I said? I said that it's going to get to a point where LeVar is going to be a hindrance to his kids. And he's taking that attention from his kids and making it his own. Like, it's his own attention. His kids are going to end up having to cash those checks that he's writing with his mouth.
Yep.
What happened after the Kentucky game? All I saw on social media was Lonzo didn't do shit. He didn't do this. He got 40 points put up on him. Lonzo that. Lonzo this. Blah, blah, blah. Lonzo didn't say a damn thing. That was his dad who said everything. You know what I'm saying? So the kid is innocent in this. It wasn't him that pumped himself up and said he was better than Steph Curry, or he could beat Michael Jordan, or his daddy could beat Michael Jordan. He didn't say anything. He was quiet, and he went out there and played this game. He didn't have the best game, you know what I'm saying? But they lost. So I think attacking him is wrong in this matter. You attack the source, which is his loudmouth, dumbass daddy. Now, when they were on, he was on First Take.
Yeah, I was just watching. I got it.
LeVar was on First Take on last Thursday, and he was just as loud as Stephen A. was, but Stephen A. was telling him the truth. He was telling him about the attention he's bringing to himself. Now, with that being said, when he said something about LeBron's kids, that was him bringing attention to himself. Now, I will say this. This what I will say. Monique has got something on. This what I will say. I will say this, that the media is smart. LeVar said when they asked him about, the LeBron thing, LeVar said, and I quote, "I was asked a question. I just didn't start talking about him, about LeBron's kids. I was asked a question." Mm-hmm. The media knows what to ask, and they know when a person can't shut the hell up. And they knew LeVar was going to bite on that question. When he could have simply said, "Hey, I don't speak about nobody else's kids. I don't know about what LeBron do with his kids. I'm not going to speak on that." Next question. That's all he could have said. But they knew.
How he do that if his foot in his mouth?
But they knew he couldn't keep his mouth shut. So they knew he was going to say something like that. Now, my thing is, you don't know what LeBron's kids are going to be. You know what I'm saying? So right. Why even speak? And he even said that. He said, "I don't know what kid's going to be. This kid might end up being better than him." I was just saying, well, shut up. It's nothing to even say. Like, why is this dude even on First Take? Why? Why is he even on First Take? Why is he even this celebrity? Why not? They had today. I heard they had Lonzo and LaMelo on First Take with Kobe Bryant. That's what I'm talking about. That's who should be on First Take. The kids, not him. You know what I'm saying? And I heard somebody was saying, and I know Capri's still listening, and he would agree with me on this. One of our I would say our friend partners or whatever the hell you want to call it to the show that comes on the show here and there, but Jabari, he says, "Oh yeah, well, LeVar is marketing his boys, and he doing this, and he gonna get his son drafted first, and all this crap, man. Come on, dog. Like, you don't even know if LeVar upsets me for real. Like if I was ever to talk to him, like we were to talk or like have an interview with him or whatever, man, we would get into it. Like for real. Like we would start calling each other names and everything. Like seriously, I don't like him to that point because he's just a loudmouth. And I understand like everything, and I respect him as far as what he's doing for his kids and getting his kids to the point, you know what I'm saying, and then creating a brand for his children. That's cool. I think that's cool as hell. But to market yourself over the kids that's going to actually be out there wearing the brand and marketing the brand, he's a celebrity now. Not them. He's a celebrity. And for him to talk about LeBron's children like that or whatever, I just think it was just a ploy that the media used for LeBron to put his foot in his goddamn mouth, just like he did. And this is a segue into what Monique wanted to say that it's the rebuttal by LeBron.
Yeah. So he says, I lost it. Oh man, where did it go? Well, he basically said, like, dude, don't talk about my kids. Like, you say you can talk about basketball, you can talk about me, you can talk about anything in the world, but don't talk about my kids. Like that, they don't have nothing to do with it. Like, basically, like, dude, don't do that. Don't come for my family. Like anybody would. Like, I don't care who you are. If we're talking about this, our kids shouldn't come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be, your son and your daughter and your future kids. It shouldn't be none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have nothing to do with it. Like, I just was into it with somebody, and they threw the kids in. Like, well, you can't see your nieces and nephews. Okay, fine. You bringing the kids into the adult stuff, which is, they have nothing to do with it. They innocent, they kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
What is wrong with you? So to respond to LeBron, he says, I have no problem with LeBron. They asked me a question about if I thought superstar players' kids were good. My opinion is I've never seen one that's been really good. LeBron is going to make his kids one of the best players ever, according to him. People just asking me questions. I've been talking all my life. It's just now the cameras and the things are in front of me. So I'm just saying, if people ask me something, I'm going to give you an answer because I have freedom of speech to say whatever I want. Didn't we say freedom of speech earlier and how it can get you in trouble? This man is taking it too far. Like, you can't, and then it's like,
say whatever I want. And then gonna say, Monique, did you hear him when his ass said, what you gonna do? What you gonna do to me? You ain't gonna do nothing. Like, dude, this ain't South Central. You know you will be blackballed from this whole, from everything. And your son, you better shut up.
Right.
LeBron is powerful.
They waiting for him to come in the NBA, man. I'm telling you, man, he need to keep his mouth shut, man. You poking at LeBron and you poking at Steph Curry and all these guys who are great right now in the league and their household names, you gonna mess around and make your son really out to look bad, man. And then ain't even his fault, like Jay was saying. He ain't got nothing to do with it. This is his big mouth ass daddy. And they're gonna be gunning for your son because you put them in a vulnerable situation and you shouldn't even have them in the first place.
Right. And like James was saying about, we're talking about the first take. Well, today they did one with LeVar and Lonzo. And one of the guys asked him, so do you think that you're putting pressure on your son with all this hype you got going on? You know, like, do you think that you're putting more pressure on him to make your words true? Like he said, they was going to win the championship. He said, come see me when they do. Well, they lost. Where we supposed to see you at now? Oh, you're going to go anywhere that somebody will listen to you. You know, and it's like the boy, he said, no, I don't think so. No, LeVar said, no, I don't think so. We look at this as just entertainment. Basketball is just a game. It's just entertainment. We understand pressure between us. what that is. But this is just entertainment. Wait a minute. What? So you looking at this just entertainment, but your son can beat Steph Curry. You can beat Michael Jordan. Like, come on, you coming for Charles Barkley. He talks about Charles Barkley parenting. Now you talking about LeBron James parenting? What? How are you parenting, sir? Because what it's looking like is like you talking about LeBron kids will have so much pressure. What? You don't think you putting more pressure on your kids because you out here?
He creating the pressure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes,
what's his name? Stephen A. Smith said, he said in a tweet from the 24th, he said, Mr. LeVar Bell, I did try and tell you. I most certainly did. You cut checks your son couldn't cash. I did warn you, sir. I really did. So,
yeah,
you putting all this pressure on your son, and now he said he's going to enter the 2017 NBA draft. Do you think, just like people don't want to deal with Colin Kaepernick because of him sitting down or whatever political issues they have with him, you think teams will want to have to deal with you? Because they already know you coming with
right.
with the BBB. So, what do you think you're doing for him? And I don't really listen to the radio, but when I do, it's 97.1 Sports Talk Radio. That's what I listen to.
Right.
That's why it was funny when you asked me to do this, because that's all I listen to. If I'm in the car, that's what I listen to. But they were talking about LeVar, like he needs to just go, and he's going to mess up for his son, like y'all been saying from the beginning.
Absolutely.
He's going to mess up the chance
exactly what I said
for his son in the NBA, because they don't have to do. I'm not paying you millions of dollars, and I got to deal with this. No, sorry, and no, like you're being detrimental to your son's future, and he go catch it, because he keeps talking about LeBron. LeBron don't seem like the type that's I don't think that's what he wants.
Well, why sit there and just take that crap?
Right.
Is, LeBron got power where he wouldn't have to do nothing. It's a such thing as like when you're from the streets, somebody can, threaten you. Somebody can threaten you with physical harm, or the power where they got is physical. I'm telling you better shut up. I'm gonna get somebody or whatever. That's what LeVar is used to. LeVar Ball is used to. He's not used to the political power or the, you got somebody under your thumb where, a call can be made and you wonder why this deal didn't go through or that deal didn't go through. So that's what he has to understand, that I'm messing with a global superstar here in LeBron. That's almost like fucking with Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant.
Like they call him King James.
Yeah, and somebody just alluded to that too. Just texted me too, and was saying that and somebody was just saying that, he could have just kept everything general, which I think he should have. He should have just kept everything general. And hey, next question. What else next? You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't seen anybody that's been better than their kid. Better than, kid being better than their superstar father or whatever. But okay, that's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? He just brought LeBron up, and I think he did that shit just to, they knew he wasn't gonna be able to keep his mouth shut about something. He done already named Michael Jordan. I'm surprised he ain't named Kobe yet, saying his daughters ain't gonna be shit on the court. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't said nothing about Kobe. He talked about Jordan. He talked about Barkley, and he had to say something about LeBron. And with that, they're gonna keep his name in the news, because LeBron was gonna respond, and then they was gonna have it on First Take. They was gonna have it on Undisputed. It was gonna be on ESPN Sports Centers. All that stuff. They was gonna call LeVar again. Hey, come in and talk about that. He was gonna talk about it, and the show goes on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think he's gonna. He can't. He is an attention whore, and he is trying to live vicariously through his son. I got
2.2
points in my college career. Woo woo. My son. Let's not talk about that. But my son doing big things. He's the best. He's the greatest.
Yeah.
Look like a butterfly, sting like a bee. No, bees are dying, and butterflies too. No, he's don't hype him. Don't blow his head up, and then all y'all gonna look dumb if he fails. I wish him the best despite his father. So
yeah.
Hey, and Lizo, if you listening, I'm just saying, call. We'll talk to you. I'm just saying, you never know who's listening out here in the internet world.
Yeah.
But yeah.
This is the last point I would make. I just got a text from a listener, and he was saying that he don't feel like LeVar is gonna mess anything up for his kids. You know what I'm saying? And it is worse parents in AAU. Trust me, I know. I coached AAU for a while, so I know dealing with the parents. That's part of the reason I don't want to coach no more, because you got to deal with them parents. But that's what I'll say. I'll say that this is what I mean by you can hinder something from with your kid. When you make certain statements about your children or whatever, like I said, you're writing checks that they themselves have to cash.
Not you.
So, and you're bringing unneeded attention to them on the floor. As players, they listen to that shit, and it's motivation. Oh, his daddy said he was better than such and such? All right, we good. Coaches hear that too, and coaches game plan for that. So you make your children marked people when they didn't even ask for that type of attention. They just want to go out and play ball. You know what I'm saying? So, therefore, it was examples this weekend. Just like I said, Stephen A. said it too. I'm going to see if your son can live up to that. Now, Lonzo didn't say what he was going to do. LeVar said that. So when he went out and scored 10 points, against Kentucky and got 39, damn near 40 put up on them by DeAndre Fox, everybody was coming down on Lonzo. They didn't say shit about his daddy. It was coming down on him. Yeah, I told you wasn't good enough. I told you wasn't that good. I told you wasn't this or that other. So that's what I mean. Your kids become marked people. So, yeah, they can be good, but pressure, pressure is a mud. So sometimes you can't live up to that pressure. It don't matter if you're good or what. That pressure can make you, you know what I'm saying, the worse a player at times. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't live up to it, or people done game plan for you, or just giving you so much attention where you just can't overcome something at that time. So that's what I mean. If his daddy just be quiet and let his son just play and be free with playing and not have to cash checks, then, you know what I'm saying, then I think everything will be cool. But so that's what I meant by the whole, you know what I'm saying, he bringing attention to his kids or whatever, and nobody ain't gonna want to deal with him either. Nobody ain't gonna want to deal with his goddamn daddy. So his daddy just need to fade to black.
Keep his damn big ass mouth shut.
Yeah, just real quick, like how like I said, NFL don't want to deal with Kaepernick and his baggage, and they don't want to deal with Adrian Peterson and his baggage with child abuse and whatever it is, Ray Rice. Your daddy is your domestic violence issue. Your daddy is your political issue. He is a hindrance. Like, it's the same thing. Like, you might be the top player, but top teams don't want to deal with you because they don't want to have to deal with him. He can probably still
absolutely.
The grit, you know what I'm saying, like the somewhere. But he might not get top ranked because they don't want to. They know they don't have to deal with him, with his daddy.
15 seconds,
I don't
Monique.
have to. Yeah. So I want to tell everybody thank you for listening to Beyond the Bleachers on E-Block Radio. See you next Monday.
Peace.
Right. Peace.